Alrighty guys, good morning. Hope you're all doing well today. Happy Monday. Coming at you with some more cities, Skylines 2. We're still on our journey to 1,000,000 population to see if we can get there, right? Game is operating a little better with the patches that have come out, but it still chugs at 250,000 plus population. So we're gonna see. Do our best. Load up the game. I'm listening to Scott Adams in the background in case you're curious.
The FBI says the shooters. FBI. Really? Real.
As you can see,
Do I need to say anything else?
it's lagging quite a bit.
Really? Does anybody think that? What's going on? Certainly don't. I say leadership. Low credibility, like the thing that was possible. Be your assumption. My assumption, the FBI probably doesn't even know what's. And what would be the assumption? What one of the thing? Maybe. Apparently, there's a movie.
Tyron, get on your mat.
Surprise. But X.
Not much, but it's something.
That movie ever
We'll take it.
Yeah. It's available on the watch it. But beware the documentary. Beware the documentary. Description. Be a story. Be a theme. It's a documentary. It will be. It's a documentary. About all the. It's a documentary. It can make you sit watching one point of view with no other points. You'll be convinced. Likewise, documentary. You sat, watched it, you come away thinking.
Is correct.
Oh. Will be convinced.
Not to say that all
If you watch
documentaries are bunk, it's just that it's an effect.
You get that, right? If you think you're going to watch a documentary called Rig, then you're going to come away knowing if the design of a documentary not to make you understand. With insight.
Not wrong.
Sometimes a documentary can have a more gives it to you. But I wouldn't believe it. Watch.
Now, you would think with maxed out demand, I would want to build commerce, industrial, and office space, but my unemployment's only 3.4%, so I can build some, but I shouldn't build that much.
Don't fall. Lose sight of that. Very next document. In the counterpart. Now I happen to think it is probably bias. Or your intellectual. That wasn't a commercial now. But if I ever gave you a pen. Alright, all the Alex do for saying lost everything.
Yeah.
$1 billion. Lost business reputation. Press. Now, turns out that a bunch of left is person assassination Trump was real. That somebody was in a shooter here. They made sure that. Now, I saw a inside. I don't know. But he was somebody who was authority. Deal where the crew gets shot. Guy who got rejected from love in school. Goes to the girl. So some say that age is the trauma. I'm not in favor. I'm just saying. Alex Jones gets I hear. Why? Following. I was told. No, I don't think that he said anything. Because I think Alex Jones will say that it wasn't. I think he thought it was true. Because he doesn't seem to say a lot of things. You watch. Seem like they're saying. But I don't get that from him. I think he.
On your mat. On your mat.
But he sure looks like he would. Like even upset himself. Wonder why one is and one. Would like to also if you believed as crazy as somehow let me tell you, if you hadn't believe that nobody picks such a people to do anything. If you would go for late 20, the older, well, you only could. But you up afterwards. When it gets a 20-year-old who's old, says, why don't you become part of preemptive. The CIA's plan. We're going to use a 20-year-old live with nothing. Now, more likely and obvious explanation. Which one? I don't know what he watched. One reason, imagine if the FBI, you could imagine. Imagine the FBI might say, or we're not going to give you a transfer. We're not going to name as they found on the phone thing. I don't want the FBI to tell you. That would be as despicable as I think. I want to pay that. Even if they did, would have done. Rasmussen, hold on that. Can count the ballots. A lot of people believe paper ballots work. Pretty people think volunteer ballots. And you know who was the first to do that?
Why not?
I would. You know what would really closer unity and shoulders. And just and everything. You get balance. Balance will unify. It's the same reason that I recommend. Sometimes you might get practically a religion. People say, you see the seriousness of your fellow. Come away from that. You have this one. One thing is put 12 citizens in the room and that they're going to try hard to get it right. I think the extreme for everything else, they might be right, they might be wrong. But they try. They really try. If you haven't experienced trying really hard,
Be right back.
they're right for the thing. So you have to have that experience. A lot of people. The nearest thing that I could. I want to stand with you. I need it. Come on. How you get unity? Unity is from feel like you. You know why people who unity comes from that shared own beliefs. 8% of like ballots, 16%. That didn't even get 20. I always joke that we get 25. And 41%. That's not long. Alright. That do something better. Exposure. Tell you what other. But he says something. Not what you're doing. It's going to be different from what you're probably in this room. As he says this. These are the 3 teeth things. If you get these 3 things right, the other they're going to take. You will be protected. It involves 2 things. Resist censorship. Resist government. Welfare. Disarmament. Everything else. Knows. All you need is that's the fight. Two vectors. Armed.
Hey Eve, I'm doing alright. How are you doing?
You have those 3 things. Lose those 3, you're ready. Fascism is guaranteed. Well, I'd like to end with some.
Well, thank you, Eve. Going alright with me. Be streaming until 9:30 a.m. today.
It will scan you, and it will.
On your Mac, Carl.
And it says that you're drunk for 70. Love to see that.
No, I play multiple.
Layer.
I play a lot of games, mostly building games, and well, I guess it's actually a kind of a variety that I play.
Tell me if they're drunk. You think
RPGs,
you could do?
building games.
You looked at some. Wasn't. Basically,
Everything really, because I play FPSs as well. RTSs.
I believe that AI could.
Indeed, Eve. I believe you asked me this before.
To what I really need. What is AI?
I stream Monday through Friday.
You know that the other day and I thought that I was done. Yeah. So I need AI to tell me. And do you think you could tell?
Thank you, Eve. I plan on.
This is me with caffeine. Would you like? It's driving. The driving and the.
Thanks again, Eve.
Could have been AI or Robert Mitchell. Yeah, I'm still in David. Please tell me. There was a meta-analysis of 108 studies to confirm that women and men. Wow. Meta-analysis of 108 studies. How about that? So I did the meta-analysis on if you do a meta. Not science. Not logical. Meta analysis. Get to pick. Study news or not. Usually say things like your studies is much better than the other. You just throw it in, know that it's really that one study basically. All bad. Meta-analysis is not real. Every time you see meta, it didn't. Doesn't mean they use it. Doesn't mean it's deluxe science. Meta-analysis sounds
Deluxe
like
science.
science.
I know, Eve.
It's years of then I add science and science more science. Then we believe this. Wrapped it in a ball of science. Now I have more science. Believe me, people. There's a drug that might reverse diabetes. Can you read it to you like that? Kind of cool to think. Scientists, diabetes, and mice. Show a lot. Odds of going from it. The mice are going to do you. We're not going to. You're going to jump. No studies. Reality. Don't confuse meta. Whatever
Excuse
you
me.
do. Jesus. Right, that's what I got for you today. Talk to you.
Shooter must radio directly to the intelligence division team to respond and investigate. In this case, the investigation may have been cut short by the shooter firing his weapon, so the counter sniper then fired as quickly
That's
as
right,
possible
Eve Adam.
in return. Okay. Here, a senior Secret Service member told BC. Danny was on that rooftop. They already knew about it.
Senior Secret Service source with planning of yesterday's event tells NBC News the roof where the shooter was located. High priority vulnerable identified the day before during a security walkthrough. It's learned 2 counter sniper teams on site, and that the counter sniper did not need approval to shoot. One source, NBC News, that prior protocols were not followed.
Okay? It's hard to make sense of that, isn't it? Like that's by design sometimes. Now the reason this is important, I'm going to get to this in a second. These next 2 clips I'm going to show you is understanding Secret Services actually supervision chess. Actually, me. Okay. I know I'm pulling a Jesse Ventura and saying, I'm just asking questions, but at this point, these are genuine questions. Because we don't have the answer. We do know that service answers to DHS.
Citizens are advised
That is strict, no.
any premises near the
Secret Service protection.
but until emergency services.
Hopefully that provides some context.
Under control.
Watch this. There were many eyewitnesses who claimed, and will be able to substantiate it, that they reported this threat on the roof, 150 meters away, prior to the shooting.
So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
Had a rifle.
Right.
We can clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. Pointing at him. Police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof, rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. Like, hey, right here on the roof, we can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling.
We, as Trump started, we 2 officers that were looking something or somebody. So I was looking around myself and seeing a guy on top of one of the buildings. in between one building to the next, and went and told the officer that he was up there, and went to my spot. People could still see this person from where they were standing, so I checked that out, and I went back to tell the officer that if he came over there, he could see them.
I know some of you are going to say, well, those could just be people seeking fame Monday morning court after the fact. Guy looks like Heat Miser. Okay, be that as it may, and it may. We also have footage. Yes, that's true. It's not that the individuals are there. There are people, a crowd of people, noticing, pointing out, shooter, rifle.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. You see him? Hang down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
What happened?
What I am not going to do is veer into the territory of conspiracy theories or saying that it's a setup or acting as though I am an expert in pointing out what would appear to be incompetence. What I can say is that this clearly could have been avoided. Is that a reasonable comment below? It seems to me that this clearly could have been handled better, and I'm going to get to the details. Safe. Again, Marley was dead to begin with. Secret Service, directly under Joe. There have been reports that requests for beefed up security out there. That has not been confirmed. We have not been able to confirm it. I don't want to bring you misinformation. But I can tell you that in April of this year, Benny Thompson introduced legislation designed to take the Secret Service, their protection, away from President Trump if he was convicted, which they, of course, knew was going to happen all along. Make up a crime, convict him, take away his protection.
The Washington Post headline screams, if Trump is convicted, Secret Service protection may be obstacle to imprisonment. I thank you for your legislation. I am saying for some time that any former president or federal official type of position, some of the other benefits of being former member of office, all of that should go, all of it, all the briefings, all the access should go away until your status is cleared up in the criminal justice system.
Ah, there you go. Hey, why would the most controversial president of the United States need to? Nah, let's get him for make him for what's the crime? Tax? Something? Something else? I don't know. No more security detail. Hey, let's relate to this. It's sort of this merging of different problems. DEI, the full display, one of the odds failing to hurt. Look at the purposeful nature of the men right there who are getting him in the car. Speaks, goes around the rear, not able to hold a weapon. One man gets in the car, other man closes the door, run in the front. People here looking right. Who would you want protecting you? I won't go any further than that, but no surprise here that Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle is part of DEI.
Expand hiring. They're aiming to have 30% women recruits by 2030. and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to trade with agents.
I'm very conscious as I sit in this chair now, making sure that we need to diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing and giving opportunities to everybody in the workforce, particularly women.
Why? So, that's it. Why? Comment below. Why? Anyone out there in that?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Need more women to see.
Why?
Why? And keep in mind that the Secret Service has been under investigation by House GOP members for a long time now. If you know the reason why, it started in one of
Excuse me.
Kamala Harris, the Secret
here.
Service members suffered a mental breakdown. Real clear politics. James Comer referred in the letter to an incident in late April in which a female Secret Service agent tasked with protecting Harris was removed from her duties after suffering from an apparent mental lapse and physically attacking the commanding agent in charge and other agents trying to subdue her. Well, at least she had tits. It's not about the woman. It's not about being a black guy or being a trans person. It's about the fact that the only criteria that matters is not the only criteria being used. That's it. That's it. How capable are you at eliminating threats, at killing bad guys?
That's what
How
matters.
capable are you at protecting your client or subject? Good guys. Now let's run through some tests. That's it. And this finally brings us to the shooter. The shooter is 20-year-old Thomas Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Looks like this person is from a middle-class neighborhood with parents well-to-do. According to former classmates, Crooks was a shy person. Something that's just kind of interesting here before we get to some of the claims that are being made that this person was a MAGA Republican. That's not true. Crooks actually at one time appeared in a Black Rock filmed at his Bethel Park High School. This is just interesting. And hello, AP Honors Economics. Financial well-being is be free to do the thing. I hope when I retire, it's a special place to come to school. I'm not saying that BlackRock organized the. I'm not.
It's just a coincidence.
I'm really, no, seriously, I'm not. It's just interesting. That's all. That's literally all it is. So here are some of the claims that you will hear from the media right now. All references available. The claim, there's technically some truth to it, but not really. The shooter was a Republican.
Suspect, the individual registered.
Not that it matters because it's a one Republican system.
Republican Sullenberg. Well, this New York Post.
I had been, let's say, shot in Chaz, you'd probably find me with a Green Day shirt on and Hot Topic fake nails and a black mask. Doesn't mean that I was a member of Antifa. It would make sense that this person, what would they wear to blend in with a crowd at a Trump rally? Makes sense, doesn't it? Keep in mind, this person donated to Democrat causes. And then after that, in September 2021, Crooks did register as a Republican in Pennsylvania, a closed primary state. Now, this is why this is important. It was an active Democrat strategy to register as Republicans to vote in GOP primaries, which is required in closed primaries. This was an open strategy, and people have admitted to doing it multiple times on camera.
Why did you vote?
It's a vote against Trump.
You consider yourself generally independent or Democrat?
Voting for Nikki Haley was certainly a strategic vote, but I wouldn't vote for a general election. Nikki Haley helps diminish Trump's influence in the RNC and their nomination.
You can show the hearing. Yeah, there you go. Register Republican. All right. By the way, you can find me having given $1. I believe it was $1. Maybe more than that. I need to change my mind at the Democrat state convention in Texas so we could get a booth.
That's right, yeah.
What was it? It was like World Human Fund, helping humans help the world. I don't know. It was complete total horseshit, but got us a booth. So it's just one of those things. They're hoping that you're simple-minded, and of course, if you go to the Reddit, the Reddit cesspool, the gates of hell, you're like, oh, so this is just the fault of Donald Trump. So, they're actually right now trying to investigate the shooter's phone, the FBI. Keep in mind, the FBI are the same people.
Right, it is AIDS. Hard to disagree with that.
And also, I believe they were involved. Was it the FBI who showed up for the raid at the classified documents at President Trump's Mar-a-Lago? By the way, those charges, I believe, were just dismissed by the judge today, if I'm not mistaken. That just happened today. Yeah. The same FBI. So, yeah, forgive me, and I know you'll call me an extremist, if I don't have faith in the institution that is. Even kind of below the extremist point.
Nothing that people do anymore.
Also, Mo Club Undercover, thanks to your support, they were there on the ground as soon as we could. They tried to get to the shooter's house, but it was completely blocked off. Here's just some footage so you can see what it looks like.
What's going on? I can't go down the road? Why not? That? Okay. Are you Secret Service? Or not? Well, I'm allowed to, sir. I can, but I'm allowed to photograph. I'll go. Alright. Apparently you can see the house. This media is a lot dead.
Also, by the way, they were going to have Caroline Sunshine. Caroline, right? Caroline. I said Caroline. I mean, it's just a few minutes. But we will actually be selling a new Trump Fight Like Hell shirt right now at CrowderShop.com. And all of the proceeds will go directly to the Trump campaign. Then you join Mug Club, use the promo code HERO. All proceeds go to the family, Veritors, Lane. Buy that shirt at CrowderShop.com. All of the proceeds. So here's where we are now. This game has changed. I don't want to say it's changed, but of course the media, the left, they've gone from desperately trying to play down the assassination attempt, for like Washington Post said, Trump escorted away after loud noises at rally. CNN said Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Now, here's the thing. Neither one of those headlines is technically untrue. Trump was escorted away after loud noises. But I would say there's a missing piece of relevant information. Same reason. Relevant information is missing. CNN headlines. After he falls. Loud noises, and the reason he fell came from a bullet. But it's not untrue. This is why I always say it's the lies that you don't. It's the omission. Omission that is most dangerous. Now, I know some people out there that have been going back and forth on social media and the left and saying, well, they just heard it, then they corrected it. That's not an accident.
What's going to happen to Joe Biden?
I'm sorry, that is not an accident.
The CIA is going to do everything they can to
I don't have the actual
screw the American people over.
At least half an hour, well after it's everywhere. That was clearly
they make
a gunshot.
The president
and in his speech,
tool.
Vice President Joe Biden did not call it.
That in mind, guys.
We already have a nigger there. We don't
Ooh.
nigger pictures.
I don't want to hear that.
Sorry, right clip, but here's the more recent one.
There's no place in America where this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. That's one reason why we have to unite this country.
I mean,
We cannot allow for this.
Joe Biden is in trouble. I'm not talking about the election.
Bottom line. Trump rally,
Talking about
rally should have been
CIA.
conducted peacefully.
They're going to do something to them. They're going to eat their own, just as they always
You mean
do.
just like Hitler's rallies, which you've compared him to?
Everybody must.
This is why the CIA must be erased entirely from
I
existence,
don't know.
as
enough
if it
to-
never was.
I have an opinion, but I want to
Garbage.
make sure we have
Which
all
is
the facts.
unfortunate, because I believe they have the looking
Well,
glass.
that would be responsible if the facts weren't available.
But if the CIA
everywhere.
institution is
Why?
erased,
And I
then
don't
guess
just
what
mean
happens with
social
the
media
looking glass? It
conjecture.
goes to everybody.
Health risk to
Now, of course, this has
everyone.
backfired
So
in a
that's
huge
good.
way.
All
Like I said,
citizens in
Joe
the
Biden will never.
area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation
And-
is under control.
President Trump is going to see a large bump. People who weren't paying attention are going to be paying attention now. They're going to look those in charge and say, who has actually escalated this temperature? Huge voices. Never publicly, I should say officially or openly, supported President Trump. Well, they've changed that. So Elon Musk put this out on X. I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. Bill Ackman said, I'm going to formally endorse Donald Trump.
You
50
just
Cent
watch. actually
brought out the Donald Trump meme during one of his
CIA's
shows.
thinking there's only
performing,
one way out of
event.
this now. And it's not to hurt Trump.
It's like a small venue. Quinn Ewers, University of
Each
Texas
their own.
quarterback, uploaded this picture of Trump raising his fist. Sauce Gardner, the New York Jets player, uploaded a picture of Trump with the caption, "Ladies and gentlemen, President Donald Trump." Now, not everybody, though. And this is someone who obviously is known in leftist spheres, and someone who, a lot of people on the right have debated. And the reason that the person has not been on this show is because I've always believed wolf in sheep's clothing. They present themselves as someone who's willing to have a reasonable debate on issues, and then try and pull a fast. Then try and do something underhand. To me, I don't care if you're a dick, if you're bombastic, if you're confrontational, fine, just be that way. We always let everyone know, Toolman, you get someone on the show, it'll be adversarial. We say, I want to let you know this is where I disagree. We do not sandbag. Be left, be right, just be honest about it. Be moderate. Be civil, or be as confrontational, as inflammatory as just be honest about it. This person, I believe, for a long time is not. From what I've seen, I haven't seen that much. I've seen what I need to now. Destiny, the internet debater, and on this rant on X, saying, I'm honestly conflicted on how I feel about the shooting, but I will chat about it on the stream tomorrow. Then followed up with, let me clarify. When I say conflicted, what I mean is that I lean towards seeing it as a natural extension of the thing Trump and the MAGA kids support. So I don't think I have much sympathy about the attempt enough to chastise people celebrating it. He then went on to actually shame, for a comparator, the man who was shot, killed, father, writing, a person in a crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray. I'm so sad. Please. Now, I know you could say that's out of context. Well, here's a clip of him addressing that as well on the stream.
Sure. I've already given you the honest answer. You just don't like it. The honest answer, I have no sympathy. I think it's kind of funny. Yes, that's my answer. You can try to ask that like 20 different times, but that's my answer. My position is so simple, and unlike you guys, I actually own it. I don't know why you guys keep misquoting my position. It's so simple. If you support an insurrectionist, it happens to you. I don't really give a. And if the way you die is funny, I'm gonna laugh at it. That's my position. It's very simple.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't disagree if premises were true. You support an insurrectionist. Wasn't this? See what I'm talking about?
Oh.
These people. the
Former
enemy.
President Joe
They
Biden
accuse you of
was
being an
the
insurrectionist
figurehead
because you want,
of
I don't
a
know,
coup
a recount.
executed on the American
Then
government,
they
the
can
United States
justify the
government,
unjustifiable.
by the
Oh, a
CIA.
guy who supported an insurrectionist caught a
And
stray
you're trying
bullet.
to project
We don't know if
that
it's a stray bullet.
fact
We don't know if this person-
onto
many
President
people's
Trump.
We don't know that at this point. We do know that Donald Trump was not an insurrectionist and he peacefully left office and
Because
asked
you're
for people
brainwashed.
to have their voices be heard peacefully and patriotically. It's like saying, you support a Nazi, you support a white supremacist. Hold on a second. He condemned neo-Nazis and white supremacists in Charlottesville. He said, who should be condemned totally. But if you start off with a false premise, then you justify violence against innocent. I would agree that if someone led a violent insurrection, like you see in South America, like you see in many other countries, you see across the globe, against this country, if that person had active violent supporters, I probably wouldn't feel bad for them if they were shot because they chose to live a life of violence. They chose to go a path of violence. We have the most armed populace in the world. And the insurrectionists, people who are trespassing, many people who were invited in. So you take January 6th, you attribute that to Donald Trump, you ask people to make their voices heard peacefully and patriotically, and you take that, make it sound as though these people are violent insurrectionists, and you justify a man, a firefighter, you justify a daughter, not a dad. And by the way, I wouldn't even be upset. There's a joke about it. Nothing's off limits as long as you make it funny, but this is not. This is an opinion that, yeah, I don't feel bad. Who needs to turn down the temperature? When this person says they're meeting with people from across the aisle and they're going to have these civil discussions, no. That's not who you are. That's the issue. That's the issue. It's the dishonesty. We're never going to find common ground on a lot. Go watch this. Go watch it in all of its context and do what you think. Like we said here, use the promo code HERO and 100% of the proceeds. Okay, we'll get $100 off. Shit. What we can do. We appreciate you as a community and believe that we have our guest here live. We really appreciate her taking the time. She is C Sunshine on X, and it's her real name, Caroline Sunshine, Deputy Director, Communications for President Trump. Bring her on.
Whoa, she's really pretty too. Dang.
Caroline, how are you?
I am better than Joe Biden outside the hours of 10 to 4 p.m. Thank you. How are you?
Yes, I can imagine. Okay, there. That's a good starting. That's a good starting line. And of course, sunshine. You get all the sunshine jokes, I'm sure. Whether people they're walking on it, it's like staring into the sun, right?
This
will be the first time. I'm very proud of myself. I appreciate that you're in good spirits as a happy warrior. Let me ask you this. How is, since you're in close proximity with him all the time, how is President Trump doing? And how are you doing?
Thank you for asking. President Trump is in high spirits, and that's why I'm in high spirits. That's why our whole team is in high spirits. What happened? The only thing more remarkable than President Trump surviving the assassination on his life is his act of strength. The seconds that followed, where you watched President Trump with blood on his face jump to his feet in the midst of grave danger and say, fight, fight, fight. And I had someone ask me earlier if we're heartbroken watching what happened. Yes. But those 3 seconds of President Trump jumping to his feet and saying fight, fight, fight is just, it just lifts your spirits in a way that I'm very genuine when I say our team is in such high spirits because of President Trump's leadership. As is, I think, all of our delegates who are here at the convention this week. I mean, when something like that happens, somebody's true character is going to be revealed. Like, that's all instinct, right? Like, a moment like that is happening. That is just somebody's instinct kicking in. And President Trump's instinct is he's a fighter. That's who he's always been. That's who he always will be. Fight, fight, fight. He's fighting hard. That's what we're here to do too. And people from the front, and true leaders lead from the front. That's how President Trump leads. We're ready to keep fighting.
Well, and I don't want to disagree, but I disagree slightly in the sense that yes, it's his instinct, but I also would give President Trump credit. He didn't have a decision to make because no one would blame him for staying down or being ushered out. Yes, his instinct is to fight, but he proactively had to get up, make the decision that this is how people are going to see this event, and they need a rallying point. It could have been a very defeating moment. So yes, instinct, but he also made some difficult decisions that a lot of other people wouldn't have. That's what inspired. That was very inspiring to me to see him do that.
Yeah, that's just who this man is. That's just who this man is. Of course, some people are just cut different. I think leadership, I don't know what you think about this, but I think leadership isn't something you can teach in a lot of ways, right? You can't read a book on that. I think some people are just these natural born leaders. And yeah, President Trump is just a man who is cut differently. I call him the great American fighter, you know, because, I mean, like, let's be very clear, it was an assassination attempt on President Trump's life. We're millimeters away from I not having this conversation today. And like you said, images that the American people have seen, there's certain images that are like stuck in the American psyche forever, right? You think of like the flag being raised over Iwo Jima, like there are just these American images that came out after those first few seconds could have been
much different.
Horrific. At worst, at best, they could have been demoralizing to the American people. And you just look at fight.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different tone. But that's, again, when I say it's just your true character, that's just who President Trump is. And at his worst moment, he brought his best. The other thing, too, I don't know if you saw with the crowd, understandably so, when you're hearing those bullets go off, right? People are panicking. They're scared. They're like, it's disarray, right? The second President Trump stands up, gets to his feet, saying fight. Crowd, like, they became hopeful, right?
Yeah.
Like you watch, like he gave that to them, right? Mm-hmm. Like that's a leader, you know?
Let me ask you this. Were you surprised? People there at the team surprised, or did it happen that you go, we hoped this wouldn't happen? We always thought it was escalating.
I don't think it's any secret to the American people that you look at the division in this country and you also look at what President Trump has endured since he came down the escalator in 2015. The only president within under a year span, I might add, who has a unjust mugshot, might I add, and an assassination attempt on his life all within the span of a year. He's the only US president to have that. So I don't think the American people were shocked. And as President Trump has said, coming out of this moment, what the country needs right now is unity. They're not going to get that from the Democrat Party. That party can barely unify itself. That's not who they're going to be looking to unify the country. I've been really inspired by seeing. Did you see this on X? I think Elon Musk posted about it. But a woman named Stephanie said, like, I was a gender studies major in 2012. I cried when Trump won the election in 2016. I was going to sit this election out. There was something about watching Donald Trump get to his feet, have a Braveheart moment that just stirred this raw patriotism. And I'm voting for this guy.
Yeah. I think people saw the actions. I mean, I compared, obviously, Cory Booker, closest I had to my Spartacus moment, which, by the way, I don't even think he's watched Spartacus, because then when he went on to use it as an example, it was not comparable to Spartacus. It wasn't even a good analogy. But, you know, Donald Trump he lived out an actual Braveheart moment. Screaming freedom, he yelled fight. I get it. People will say, oh, it just grazes here. You don't know at that moment in time. And the shock sets in.
Inch more to the other side, he would have been dead.
And to sort of venerate
that is
themselves.
Not small.
I wasn't surprised. And that made me really sad, because we've talked about it on the show, and I've said this is where this is headed. You cannot paint someone as literally Hitler and then be surprised when someone says, oh my gosh, I gotta take out Hitler.
I thought First Lady Melania Trump's words were very poignant. I think the liberal mainstream media doesn't give her enough credit for being as eloquent as she is. But she was, of course, speaking as a wife.
She speaks 5 languages.
These people don't see my husband as a human. They don't see him as, he's funny, he's ingenious, he loves music, he's inspiring. They've lost his humanity. And I think that's exactly what's been going on, like I said, ever since President Trump on that escalator in 2015. Look, President Trump has chosen a tough fight. like I said, he's a fighter to his core. He picked a tough fight when he came down the escalator in 2015. Decided to fight on behalf of the forgotten men and women of America. That's a tough fight to pick against the swamp in Washington, D.C. And he has picked that fight every single day for almost the last decade. And he has been that man in the arena. And that's where I say you're just hearing my spirits and the spirits of our team high and ready to fight and ready to support President Trump, because we're so proud that we get to work for the man arena. We wouldn't want to work for anybody else.
Yeah. Very well put. They did try, and before they did this, I've talked about this, they try and take his life, they try and take his name. That's what they do. Right? They try and take your name
Andrew
first.
Tate,
You want to insert
he
racist,
explained it really
sexist,
well.
Homophobe, abuser of women, transgenocidal, whatever it is. Whatever. They did the same way we were just talking about this Brett Kavanaugh. Man was accused of gang rape. It doesn't get more evil than that. We know verifiably, and it's completely untrue. They try and take your name first. And I'm incredibly grateful that he did survive a physical, honestly. And I hope that his legacy cements the return of his name for people who haven't actually been paying. I do think it has for a lot of people, but there are still some people who have been kept in the dark by design of the media. And speaking of which, restoring his name to the uninitiated, this morning, this is something I wanted to get your opinion on this, or hear what it was you had to say. Federal judge tossed out the classified documents case against Donald Trump. I'm reading a quote from Judge Aileen Cannon, ruled that the appointment of Jack Smith was unconstitutional. To the specials counsel, the position effectively usurps that important legislative authority, transferring it to a head of department and in the process threatening the structural liberty inherent in the separation of powers. That's a pretty big deal. What has the tone been like there with you guys?
It's a great day for the rule of law. It's a bad day for lawfare. And as President Trump said when that Supreme Court presidential immunity ruling came out, great day to be American, proud to be American, great day for our Constitution, great day for our democracy. I mean, we happen to think that the way our government was designed back in 1776 works when it's not being weaponized and abused against a political opponent. So this is yet another victory, yes, for President Trump, for our movement, but also for the rule of law. President Trump has always maintained his innocence. All of these cases from the get-go were shams. We knew it then, we know it now. And also, by the way, American people don't want the courts to decide their elections for them. They would like to do that themselves, and the Constitution says that they get to do that themselves. So this is also a victory for the American people, another victory for the American people. All of these cases, you just see a domino effect, kind of like President Trump, that amazing debate performance where it was like Joe Biden and the Democrat Party, they just collapsing on themselves. He does, as I say, great American fighter, but
also he actually physically collapses on himself all the time, but that's neither here nor there.
I thought we weren't being funny today. No.
Oh, I apologize. I can't help myself.
But yes, truly, like this is, like I said, this is a great day for the law. It's a bad day for lawfare, and President Trump is innocent. And like I said, the American people don't want courts deciding their elections for them. The people think we should do that for ourselves, and we will do that for ourselves.
That's very important, especially when you look at places like Michigan that have made it more difficult simply to actually have recounts. It is scary what some states are doing. Let me ask you this before I know you're busy. You're there at the RNC. We have Captain Morgan, Joe Morgan, CEO here, and Pops Crowder on the ground. I'm sure you'll see them around. We're doing a big live stream on Thursday night. Do you know who the VP choice is, Caroline? You know who the VP choice is, don't you?
Okay, so Steven says it's just me.
Yeah, I know. You're not going to tell me, but
I'll say really quick. No, I'm doing it.
I knew it. It's Burgum.
Of course, I would tell you the only person who knows who President Donald J. Trump will pick as his vice president is Donald J. Trump, as well as when he will announce. So I guess you're just gonna have to tune in.
I know, but
maybe I'll tell your dad. Go on.
Yeah. Well, everyone tells me everything. I don't know why. By the way, he's not a therapist. That guy talks. Don't hit. That's not a lockbox. I just thought he might be flippant with you, like, it's J.D. Vance. What makes a difference? People are like, and maybe you wouldn't know. But what do you think we can expect from President Trump there at the RNC for people on the outside? Because obviously, it's very different now from how it was. But my people there on the ground say that it's basically like a steel cage. It is not normal security.
Yeah, we're really grateful to the men and women of the Secret Service for keeping President Trump safe and for keeping everybody attending our convention safe. This is a exciting, hopeful, joyous place to be. As I said, spirits are high. Very grateful that we have tremendous men and women helping keep us safe. I think something about President Trump that I have always loved, and I think a lot of people love, is what you see is what you get, right? He's always been like, what you see is what you get. And so the same guy that you saw on that debate stage, same guy you saw survive an assassination attempt on his life and get up to his feet and yell, fight, 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 that's the President Trump you're going to see at this convention. What you see is what you get. He is a fighter to his core. I love this. He was really involved in drafting the new RNC platform. Short, 20 principles. It's concise. It's designed to be digestible for people. But at the top of that platform, it says dedicated to the forgotten men and women of America. As I said, that's who President Trump has fought for ever since he came down the escalator. But that's who he's here for. Like, we talk about having a why, right? Like, why are you here and who are you here for? And that's who he's here for. He's here for the forgotten men and women of America. He's here to be their voice. He's here to make them feel seen and heard. It's about them, it's about them. And so that's what he's here to do. And like I said, the same Donald Trump that you just saw survive and fight is the same Donald Trump that we couldn't be prouder to have on our stage and with us all week long.
Does he have a Band-Aid on the ear, or is he going to have some makeup? Is he going to look like a Nelly where he puts like the Band-Aid as a style statement?
He's such a raw fighter. Like, I think he's just gonna show up. Right? Like, he doesn't even need a Band-Aid.
Look at it! Look at what you did!
Chick stars.
Just like Teddy Roosevelt.
He's gonna pull out his leg. This one, I got it from a pressure shot. All right. Thank you. I know that you are busy and you are going to be there all week. I can't imagine how hectic this is going to be for you. I know you are C Sunshine on X. To follow you and support you.
Caroline,
thank you so much for taking the time. And obviously I know they're keeping you safe, but keep your head in the swivel.
Caliente. She hot.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Be well. It's been Caroline Sunshine, everybody.
She is a looker.
All right. I think it's a rule that you have to be younger and pretty to be.
Yeah. 100%.
I think they bring in like, hey, we have your new communications director.
I saw it. She popped up and was like, whoa. She's really attractive.
You got to say something, Noodles?
I was just going to say that research sent in kind of a disappointing video of a celebrity. They wanted me to try and toss it.
Okay. Well, Mug Club, by the way, today we are going to be taking your chats. This is just a day, obviously. Day we will remember forever. Certainly Saturday. We'll be talking with you. Highly produced segment. I want to hear from you. Hero. You 100%. 100% of the proceeds. Hey, it's really not about us, and I know that some of you are strapped for cash, so we're doing that. Rumble. And we're multi-streaming right now today to YouTube, to X, to Rumble, because we wanted to make sure that that everyone was in on this conversation. What is this clip, Noodles? Why am I going to dis? It's not George Clooney.
No, but related, so I'll just play.
Oh no, Jack Black.
Oh, that little fucker. Oh, pardon my language. Alright, Michelle. What is up?
Was it him or was it Kyle Gass with him?
It sounded like Kyle was the one actually.
It sounded like Kyle said it. All right. Look, one of the most talented men in show business, Jack Black. He's unbelievable. But hey, imagine we don't know what happened if we. I mean, I hope next time we lock Hillary up. Still time. Yeah, there's still time. Jack Black, how disappointing is that? Guy, he's very talented, but he doesn't know anything. Maybe ask him, like, Betty, I just know that, like, Donald Trump said, I've heard, right, dude?
Right.
And he's like a Nazi, and I've heard that he hates women, man! He wants to take the fucking uterus and throw it to the sky!
I hear you, Michelle.
His agent told him.
That's a lot of these people, but I will tell you this. Assassination attempt, people who haven't been paying attention, you do have a window where they go, okay, what's going on? People who are completely disengaged, engage for a little bit. Make it count.
For about
Make
5
it
seconds.
count. Just know that as people
You
start
can
to
hear me,
they'll
right,
do
Michelle?
exactly what they have
I'm
done.
talking to
Tone
you.
down the rhetoric. Why? Because they still want to vilify you. You are the one in the crosshairs. They put a bullseye on you. They put a bullseye on President Donald Trump. That also means there's a spotlight. There's a spotlight right now. The idea that you don't discuss religion and politics, the good news here, the silver lining, is that goes out the window when the leader of the free world.
Well, I'm talking to you, Michelle. If you can't hear me, I don't know what the issue is.
Is almost no. Goes out the window. It's time for you to have these conversations with everybody. Guess what? You have a conversation with 5, 10 people. They have a conversation that can change your swing state. That can change the landscape of this country. And they can't help themselves. I'm going to tell you this. They are still going to label you an extremist.
I know that you're not. You're just hustling. That's totally fine.
Right here.
I don't really need
Deal
the
with it in
art
the
stuff
light
right now,
of
though.
There is a target on you because people will allow you the chance to speak. If only because they have to feign concern since they know that you're a Trump voter and they can't be a dick for like a 48-hour period. I don't know what the official window is, but I know that people kind of pull themselves back just a little bit. Have those conversations. Have them right now. Make sure that people know this is not some fluke. This is not
Is it
some
some type of
random
strategy for you
instance of
guys
violence.
to act like
This
you
is
can't hear
a
me
continued
to get
pattern
make it so that I
of
talk to you?
behavior. Recognize who your
I was
enemies
already
are,
talking to you.
who your enemies are not. Anyone, I will leave you with this, and you can click that button. I'll be talking with you on Mug Club. Appreciate the support. Everyone here is at the RNC. Will be streaming Thursday night. I don't know the time because they haven't announced it yet, but it's going to be a mega live stream. We'll have Nick DiPaolo here, drinking game rules, people on the ground, interviews.
I know.
Down there.
I'm not looking for anything right now.
Ask
in the
yourself,
future, but not right
and
now.
I really do think this success. I think it's perfect. Pat myself in the back because it includes all the components that matter. It includes self-reflection. It includes honesty. It includes authenticity. It includes accurately assessing the current threat and what the problems are. Ask yourself first, do you hate? Do you hate? Do you hate LGBTQ, whatever? Do you hate insert public school teacher, whatever it is? In your heart of heart, actually hate? Are you a racist, a sexist, xenophobe, transphobe? If the answer is no, anyone who accuses you otherwise is your enemy. They are the enemy of a free American people. No apologies. Identifying them. YouTube, if you're still
Chiron.
there,
Get on your mat.
Rumble, thank you.
Get on your mat. On your mat.
We were testing it out.
Stop.
We're going to go to Mug Club and take your chats. YouTube.
Butt munch. That's odd. Excuse me. Thought I was following them.
Obviously, it's not. My birthday. Go to jail. Use. So women are useless. The reason they listen to everything is because they have one problem. That primary function helps survive. Which is why women are not loyal, why women do not honor, women do not. It's why they can't do anything to look after themselves. In any argument, in any scenario, Secret Service is a domestic dispute at home.
That's funny.
It wasn't their fault. They didn't do it. They have no accountability. They're completely innocent all the time. Didn't believe health survival of actually men's fault. Men, lovely creatures, have always called sacrifice. You know they say the patriarchy. Well, basically, the patriarchy was building a wall that made women sick. It was going to have to go to war. It was risking our lives to the women. It was staying.
What am I not wrong about that?
The patriarchy as a whole, nice to women, and because ungrateful as fuck, they don't appreciate it. The reason we did this is because women, everything, are very good at one thing. The very good thing, one thing they're very good at is getting pregnant, having children, and helping progeny. We have, which is arguably the most important business, any farm, any
It straight up is.
It is arguably.
It straight up
We have
is.
female and male. Whoa! 2 genders in 2020. I whiteboard? Females are baby factories. They're good at it. However, not good at it. They're very fucking slow. If men could have women need a kid, so women take 9 months, they have to get pregnant. That is their fix for it. Have another one. Which is a whole lot.
Oh my god, this is silly.
Too slow. However, they do actually. So, as a species, we've always protected the women. We need the women to do that. Us as men are prepared to die. How the women do it. We've got 5 men and 5. The tribe went to war. The women died. Well, then the 5 men can all one woman, but because she's slow, she won't have kids fast enough. However, if the men go to war, men die, 1 man left.
That's enough.
Have 5 kids at the same time. Enough babies born.
I know the mixing's a little bit interesting, right? Incestuous and whatnot, but you gotta do sometimes.
From doing anything, ice having and suffering. And look, her baby factory, just worry about it. Whenever there's a war, whenever there's women just worry about keeping alive, because that's how we want them to. Because we want you will go for stay alive so you can have, which is why women are extremely self-centered. All they care about is themselves. They feel the woman, and she's like, well, I feel that this happened. I feel he's abusive. Actually, yeah, but I felt this. It's all feel. Yeah, but I feel dummies. So women are. We want them that way. They're evolved. The woman is supposed to die to protect a man. Biological again. Another thing you have to understand. This badass.
And it is exactly that.
Shit hits them. As soon as things get real, all that girl. Because I'm sure the women's assassination of President 1981, I believe. I'm sure between 1981 and now, okay, yesterday, 2 days ago, Secret Service agents have had a great fun wearing the sunglasses, on the jackets, pistols, earpiece. Oh yeah, I'm sure they had a great time. 1981 and 2 days ago. I'm a girl boss. I'm in the Secret Service. No one actually ever tried to assassinate Clinton or Obama or I have to do my job.
Uh-oh.
Women are like that with everything.
Chiron, get on your man.
Nothing a man can do.
Until it's time to do what a man has to do. To do it like a man, yeah.
So the gender wage gap, basically, hiring a man who can do it properly, or hiring a woman who can do it some of the and there's stress involved. That's the wage gap. So, we're gonna do this girl wash, and it's not just Secret Service. We're gonna do this. I can say, I have my girlfriend. I think. Oh, you think?
Oh, you have more than one girlfriend, and you're admitting that on my show in 2000.
Hi, ladies. Anyway, I think now. I have an opinion. Upset about. Right now, you have an opinion. Think about how to make money. You don't think about how to. You don't think how to go out. You don't think about how to afford those holidays. You don't think about how to help me with legal fees. You don't think about how to help me with my problem. You don't think about anything. No, then you're in girl mode. I'm going to Italy. Hey, wow, private jet disappeared. This didn't need rising. Wow, a Lambo's waiting. That didn't need. Wow, the best fancy dinner. Wow. Brain off. TikTok. Love you. TikTok. Love you. Your bedroom. Actually, I think that she's now you think.
Interesting.
Never thought. So this bullshit is effective. They turn it on when they want, but they turn it off when they want, which means it's not real. That's my brother said. These female Secret Service great times since
they want to
talk about the Secret fucking Service. They don't have to make sandwiches anymore. Charlie's fucking Angels. And then
there's an actual assassination attempt on the former president.
It's shot at, and you see them piss their pants, and they can't sacrifice themselves. Their biological programming is still at its heart. Selfish. Women are built to be selfish. That's what they're built to. I know you guys are homeless. Wow, this makes sense. Right. She only cares about her. Women don't fall in love with you. Lifestyle you can give them. They're selfish. They love the fact that you can take care of them and make them laugh. Airport was going. Take them on holiday. Buy them handbags. That's what they love about you. And then they sit and think they can do. Stop doing those. We'll find out. She never loved you at all.
And this isn't a new idea. Like Chris Rock has speeches about men are loved conditionally, only women and babies are loved conditionally. This is known by everyone, but somehow when Andrew says it, the BBC get a fucking try and lock him. But everyone said it for it's universally understood to be true. And I will actually say, shout out to every one of those Secret Service agents who don't respect each and every one of you. Shit. That's the big fuck. Yeah, okay, they were slow. They still died. What did she have something different? Something different between all the dudes who jumped on it, chick who did.
Here's the world we now live in.
2x Trump.
We're now living in a world they are forced to accept it. And women are very difficult conundrum. Hard to be a chick. Because the space where they can't Secret Service. They can't do a job, no matter what it is.
Base.
Build, you name it. They can't do anything as men. Guys have kids. So forcing them into male spaces is actually unfair. When you put a woman in male space, she just becomes short, emotional, and weak. And males own they hold for men. 99 short. So if they were men, they'd be hated by women themselves. Men directly. Want to be excluded from the decimation they face. Because then they think it's a big. We want to do that too. And we say, guys, just let you just stay home and have kids. No, we want to do that. And we're like, this is the picture. You stay at home.
I'll correct you a little bit. Women will actually listen to men. Here's the thing. All of the undesirable
Yeah.
Undesirably, the aesthetic challenge. And the aesthetically challenged. Don't worry, ladies. So they're ugly. Okay. The ugly hoes. The ugly, chubby, dykey women of the world. The ones who force the male roles. Because they've got no man trying to put them in. They could just, lose.
This is, by the way, the first time I've ever listened to the Tate Brothers.
Even the pretty ones.
I know about them, but
They're old.
never actually listened to them.
Taylor Swift is not pretty. Taylor Swift is a 4.
Right.
Fucking one of these songs. Fight the patriarchy. Fight the patriarchy. Can you find me a hand? Fuck patriarchy. Bullshit. And then they want to be taken into male places. You let the male place get fucking. We're gonna let you in with the men now. Then you lose. The reason you have to have your own. You have that own shit. I don't hate women. I'm just a realist. And if you're a realist, you're a little bit racist or homophobic. Realists are all these things. They don't hit me racist enough to see because I'm a mixed race immigrant. Lives in Romania, so it's very hard for me to tag me with racism. We are a bit racist. I walk down the street and there's 5 big black brothers instead of 5 skinny little white boys. My trigger finger's twitching. I'm crossing the road. No problem. I'm like, fuck it. No, I know they can fight because I'm one of them. A real digger. I don't need that mess. So, fuck it, I'm a realist. And these women shouldn't be in the fucking Secret Service, but like I said, we can't tell them that. So we have to say, okay, come on, bitch. And then we know they can't do it. They know they can't. Everyone knows it. We're not supposed to say it. We just sit there,
This guy's an edgelord.
She's good. She's a real fierce one, is this chick.
You passed the training.
Fierce chick.
And 13 push-ups.
Fuck the patriarchy. Right. When shit hits the fan, she'll piss her little fucking panties and try and save herself above the as proved.
Alright, I find this interesting, but it's a little bit too edgy, I think, for playing on the stream. Go ahead and run away from that for a little bit. Stop, Chiron. Get on your mat. Get on your mat.
Many in the media are upset that they were reporting Donald Trump fell on the stage. Startled. Loud noise. The American people figured out exactly what happened 2 seconds after the video. And so they're blaming Elon Musk, billionaire, hedge fund manager Bill Ackman, for shaping the narrative because they both unequivocally endorsed Donald Trump after the event and both pointed out the obvious about what happened, and as expected, many of them blaming Donald Trump, like the Atlantic. And this headline, the gunman in the would-be dictator. Now we've got some time to begin processing and analyzing. I want to be clear just how close we came to being in a completely different world and a horrifying reality. This illustration showing what would happen if someone had turned his head in seconds without fire. We got a chart made on big screen. There's going to be a lot of information that liberal media is dumping down the memory hole days, weeks, and like the fact that the chairman of the January 6th committee, Democrat Congressman Benny Thompson, tried to get President Secret Service protections moved just a few. Yesterday, old Joe addressed from the Oval Office and finally admitted the obvious. Saturday night, meant he refused to call it a nation attempt. Hear that in 2 seconds. Sure. But despite the he still could barely together.
For Trump, not serious.
I don't know what they put into the prompter, but it sounded like one of his writers left a line in there about making America great.
You know, we're tonight. Make America minutes.
Wait a minute, we gotta read. What was that, old Joe?
Tonight. Thank you, Mary.
Make America great again. Right, sir. Please just get out of it. Now, numerous videos have emerged showing that attendees that saw the gunman on the roof. I just saw somebody on the roof. I just saw somebody suspicious on the roof. They saw me and they saw that that person had a gun and tried to warn the Secret Service about it. What was that? What was that?
Yeah, go see him in the room.
Everybody, it's obviously suspicious. Please, officer. It's obviously not a business owner or a photographer decided to onto the roof and try to get a bird's eye view of the event. That is something extremely suspicious. Here's another video showing these two people who appear to see something suspicious and start running. And there's a guy right here, be a photographer, getting photos, but probably sees the gun and is running for shelter, not walking there, and the shots ring.
We noticed the bear crawling roof 50 feet away from him. Bear, you know, guy roof had a right, get clear, in with a right, absolutely. Bees are down there running. We're like, hey. Here, here. And you know, two. And
there's a lot about this guy because he appeared to have the shooter go, but then didn't fire after the shooter shot. And so there are rumors that he was surprised to shoot, meeting the and Secret Service issued a statement saying that they don't need issues to shoot, so in his defense, give him the benefit out for now. Probably didn't actually aim the gun. Because it was somebody crawling up with somebody's head over there, scoped it out, sure, didn't want to shoot just in case it was a photographer over there. The person who really is responsible for the media is and the Democratic Party, trying to make Donald Trump Hitler, is whoever's in charge of the Security Act that Mexican vicious person on top of a roof. Then Donald Trump and tell the area. There's a lot of disinformation going around about this event. Like the morons who are spreading an obvious post, one of the chants, leave from that officer. He was given a stand down for 3 minutes. If this was him, he would have posted that on his Facebook page, or on his Instagram account, or on Twitter. He wouldn't have posted it on one of the anonymous and claiming that it was him. Guys, this being fat lesbian that also pointed to be the head of the Secret Service, whose primary goal was not protecting presidential candidate, but in diversity in the Secret.
some great quality. Useful. Work agency, agency, and which with the second or the fifth is just it's.
She literally made it her goal to make Secret Service comprised of 30% women. This is one of their recruiting posts. Women of the Secret Service. Been working as special agents, vision officers, and administrative professionals, technical personnel of the Secret Service. Build our agency's safety and security mission with integrity and strength. Secret Service prioritizing women. And here's one of those candidates scouring behind the other agents, putting their life on the line. This meme illustrates perfectly what happened. Secret Service before DEI and Oklahoma Press Secretary Jen Psaki led that just in the nick of time. Getting over to the and
For anyone out on the platform who thinks the moment right now is the other party into the we're making it more likely there's
All right, guys.
I'm scared. I'm scared for journalists.
That's it for today.
I'm scared for
Got stuff to do. So, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and let this game run for just a little bit. But we'll end the stream here and see y'all tomorrow.